Jackson, 104.9 KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour is brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning and welcome to Hour 1 of Off the Bench. It's 7 a.m. on Wednesday, June 24th. Today the forecast will be scattered storms in the capital city. Tom Hart from SEC Network will be joining us at 7:30. And at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, we will go over our Baton Rouge bar review that stirred up quite the controversy on Twitter yesterday. And at 8:15, we play Would You Rather. So get your questions in using the Huddle or our YouTube Live. At 8:30, we will have Roman Harper, former Saints player and newest inductee into the Saints Hall of Fame. You can follow our show on YouTube. Make sure to turn on your push notifications so you'll be notified each time we post for the YouTube Live. And with that being said, hour number 1 of Off the Bench starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. Produced by Sam Favors and Daniel Cardenas. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Off the Bench, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN Radio in New Orleans. 94.7 ESPN Alexandria, online 1045ESPN.com, Facebook Live, YouTube. You can search us there. We're live there as well. Opening day yesterday was a success on YouTube. If you're watching, appreciate you being there and interacting. If you're not, go check it out. Search Off the Bench, YouTube. Just Google it, click on it, watch live. You can check out the Ed Ogeron interview from yesterday. This morning we'll talk to Roman Harper, newest member of the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame, SEC Network this week. Baby boy delivered for he and his wife. Congratulations to the Harpers. Big week for Roman. We'll talk to him at 8:30 this morning. Would You Rather Wednesday coming up at 8:15. We will talk to Tom Hart, little heart-to-heart SEC Network, as the face and the voice of the Southeastern Conference will be here at 7:30. And then at 8 a.m., the bar review from yesterday. Off of Sitting Off the Bench on the post show. Is that the name of the show?
It is just called Sitting on the Bench.
Okay.
Because it is led by our wonderful producers, Sammy Flavors, Danny Cardenas, and Lloyd Courtney, who you may hear on Hester Show.
So it was reviewed yesterday. The bar review recap was put out there on the Tuesday. What do you call it? Tuesday tier Tuesday?
Tier list Tuesday. So it is it's not technically a review. What it is you have a list with a S rank, which is the top tier, then A, then B, then C, then D. And so instead of looking for like an exact list, you put them into tiers, right? It's like how we talk about, remember how we talked about quarterbacks yesterday, where, yeah, look, I think elite or not, whatever, that's a very semantic deal. But I do think in tier 1, there is clearly Mahomes and Russell Wilson, and then tier 2 begins. And that's when you get into like Breeze and Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. Well, in that same way, our intrepid young production crew attempted to rank the Baton Rouge bars. And let's just say that many thoughts were had by many members of the community who may or may not agree with these findings.
It's good. And
science.
That is what's beautiful about the review was the all the feedback afterwards. We'll give ours at 8 a.m. this morning. Here are your headlines on this Wednesday, June 24th.
Headlines on Off the Bench.
2 more members of the New Orleans Saints draft class of 2006 have been elected to the team's Hall of Fame. Guard Jari Evans and safety Roman Harper, both pillars on the 2009 Super Bowl run. Evans was named first-team All-Pro 4 times in his career, second team once, and made the NFL's All-Decade team for the 2010s. Harper made 2 Pro Bowls and led all NFL defensive backs with 17 sacks between the years of 2006 and 2011. Sean Payton was on the New Orleans Saints YouTube page yesterday wishing his two former players congratulations.
So many thoughts that go through my head now as we begin to induct players from our first draft class in 2006. So to Marco, Jari, and Roman, all three of you, congratulations. And I would echo what Mrs. Benson said. I would much rather be in a press conference right now, having a chance to see your reactions. And I know we'll hear from every one of you. Jari and Roman, both coming in the first draft class, have a lot in common. And I think it's important to always review history. They have a lot in common. Number one, both of these players played multiple years, 10 or more years with the Saints, went off to another team briefly, and yet came home to New Orleans. Both of these players, when drafted, Roman in the second round, were involved in a trade where the Saints backed up a handful of selections and then acquired a player that started for us that year as well. I would say, without a doubt, and there would be no argument from anyone that has any knowledge of the Saints organization, that these two gentlemen are part of a draft class that completely changed the culture and began really the pillars of a Super Bowl championship run.
Looking forward to our one of our favorite guests, Roman Harper, who is a contributor every week here on Off the Bench during football season, and now a new member of the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame. Will stop by at 8:30 this morning to talk about that latest accomplishment.
How about this? So Nick Underhill tweeted, is Jari Evans one of the top 5 Saints of all time? And 60% of responders agreeing that they believe that Jari Evans is a top 5 guy.
Just by listening to his resume, I mean, first team All-Pro 4 times.
Yeah, he was.
Second team once. Made the NFL
dominant.
team's All-Decade team in the 2010s and was a part of the Super Bowl team, really kind of the face of that offensive line. I would say, without having the data in front of me, it makes sense.
Yeah. How many All-Pros did you say? 4?
4.
Yeah. Remember, All-Pro is not Pro Bowl. It's not popularity. That is, are you the best at your position in the entire league? If you make 4 All-Pro teams, yeah, that's Hall of Fame stuff.
And that's your peers voting you in.
Exactly.
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
So it's the most legitimate accolade that you can get, especially at a time where Pro Bowls kind of mean less and less. So yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Hey, if we wanted to play that game, you know what, maybe give us some of your lists if you're out there listening. If you had to choose a top 5 Saint, certainly be like Breeze, Ricky Jackson. Is Evans on that list? Let us know.
Greg Sankey was speaking earlier this week as he made an appearance on the Rich Eisen show to talk about the 2020 college football season. Said he believes that they will know by late July if they'll be playing college football this year. Here's the sound from Sankey on the NFL Network, a part of Eisen's podcast, talking about what football could look like in the fall.
I do at this point.
You do? Okay.
I think we've laid a foundation to make it possible, and that's the responsibility right now. The reality is, we're learning something every day, and I've learned that there are people whose day jobs are as biostatisticians. I did not know the title existed before all of this, who help clarify things. I don't watch a lot of the media. I don't consume as much media as I do in opinions and perspectives and models, but I try to ask those who are in the scientific world around our campuses, those in the medical world, how do we look at the future ahead? And Rich, the reality is we can prepare. We want to make sure that we're ready, and we're going to learn if the circumstances around this virus will allow us to do so, and that relates to following public health guidance, our players, our coaches, our staffs taking personal responsibility, candidly, our fans taking responsibility to follow the health guidance that's been provided.
Yeah, it's like the LSU billboard said, defend the spread, which they're trying to get you to wear masks. I love that. The best way to get through to a Louisiana constituency is to wrap it up in football trappings. So if you want to learn to defend the spread like LSU did last year, and you want to watch them this year, wear a mask. At least that's the messaging coming out of the higher-ups there.
It seems actually the best way to do it is to do it in Coach O's voice with Coach O's face. Go get the football coach, bring him to the governor's mansion, bring him to the press conference, put the governor behind him. Let the football coach spread the message.
Might need another Coach O PSA.
LA Lakers guard Avery Bradley has opted out of playing in the NBA's Orlando, Florida restart to the season. He told ESPN on Tuesday. Bradley, who started 44 games for the Lakers this season, informed team management of his decision yesterday afternoon. The Lakers will be able to sign a replacement player for Bradley with free agent scorer J.R. Smith.
Hey.
Come on down, J.R.
Hey.
For Bradley at the forefront, his decision is around his family and in the well-being of his oldest son, Liam, who has battled respiratory problems
Makes
since
sense.
birth at 6 years old. His wife, Ashley, he and his wife, Ashley, have 3 children.
I do wonder does that count as a medical exemption for Bradley? Or because it's his child, does it not? Because there is a key difference in all of this, in that if you are medically exempt, you will still get paid. Whereas if you're just choosing to stay home, you will not. By the way, today is the deadline, like Jordy said, for all these NBA players to choose whether or not they'll be going to Orlando.
Major League Baseball will hold opening day either July 23rd or 24th, and players will head to training camps in a week after the league and union on Tuesday agreed on health and safety protocols that will govern the sport as it attempts to return amid the coronavirus pandemic. Nearly 3 months of frustrating and failed economic negotiations ended with the league implementing a 60-game season that will run through September 27th and feature a number of new elements and the same 10 playoff team structure it had used for almost a decade. We'll see. Cole Henry officially is a Washington National. He announced that yesterday on his social media, on his Twitter account.
Yeah, I guess the only thing to highlight from yesterday, we said the 2 remaining questions was, could players show up for camp next week, and would they agree to the medical guidelines? They have done that, so it does look like, barring any unforeseen breakdowns in the process, it looks like baseball will be back July 24th. I believe today's the 24th, so a month exactly from today could herald the return of professional sports.
The FBI has determined that NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace was not the victim of a hate crime and that a pull rope fashioned like a noose had been on a garage door at Talladega Super Speedway since as early as October, NASCAR said Tuesday. The FBI concludes and photographic evidence confirms that the garage door pull rope fashioned like a noose had been positioned there since early fall, NASCAR said in a statement. This was obviously well before the 43 team's arrival and garage assignment. NASCAR went on to say, we appreciate the FBI's quick and thorough investigation and are thankful to learn that this was not an intentional racist act against Bubba Wallace. We remain steadfast in our commitment to providing a welcoming and inclusive environment for all of those who love racing.
Yeah, I see a lot of people bringing up Jussie Smollett, and I don't think that translates in this situation. I mean, that was a true scheme, right? That was what Smollett did, was willingly and knowingly, I guess you could say, cry wolf. To me, this is just a terrible mistake that will now be used to just muddy the waters of everything and cause even more arguing and more disunity. But, like, it makes sense. You see the picture from November, right, when it's on the garage, and it looks like a noose. But the other garage ropes, not all of them have these pull handles. We live in kind of heightened tension right now, and especially with the band of the Confederate flag, when the team member rolled up to the garage and saw it, they thought what they thought, and that's understandable. The only thing that I feel bad for Wallace in all of this, in that all he did was have his bosses, NASCAR, say, hey, man, we found this noose, and then he reacted accordingly, and now everybody's acting like he kind of nefariously made this up from the beginning. So just sad on multiple fronts, because I think it's just a mistake that will now be used to cause a lot of problems.
We will talk to Tom Hart, Heart to Heart, SEC Network, the ESPN, and the XFL coming up 7:30 this morning. 8:30, we'll talk to Roman Harper. Harper is a part of that 2006 draft class. He's also a part of the 2020 Hall of Fame class for the New Orleans Saints. Looking forward to talking to our friend coming up during the 8 o'clock hour. Weather is terrible. I had tornadoes ripping through my neighborhood early this morning. Saw some of the pictures coming out on social media. It was still nighttime when I pulled out of the driveway to head into the office. I knew it was bad. It sounded bad, but some of the images coming out are tough. So I hope you're safe out there on your journey into work, as it is very wet and sloppy out there. So make sure and be safe. We're trying to link up with a WBRZ meteorologist who is our television partner here at ESPN Baton Rouge to see if we can't get a report of what the day is going to look like, also what the streets are looking like. We normally don't do traffic reports, but it seems like this morning, after last night's weather that came through the capital city, that there may be some confusion on this morning's commute. So we'll see if we can't help you out here on Off the Bench before we get out of here at 9 a.m. We're jam-packed. Come back with us. All-Star Toyota drives us every day.
Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy,
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Prompt, professional, reliable. If you're looking for a breath of fresh air with your AC and heating needs, call the professionals at Anison Bitter. Anison Bitter, a Rheem Pro partner, keeping your family comfortable for over 25 years.
We'll talk about it with Connor Pellerin of the Yankees organization and Feinswag Talks Beer. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Culotta and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Remember, Off the Bench is live on YouTube. You can search us, youtube.com, Off the Bench. If you want to just Google YouTube Off the Bench, you can find it there. Just click there, and you can see what's happening. In fact, yesterday's Coach Ed Ogeron interview, Fletcher Mackel talking some New Orleans Saints from yesterday. Today, we're going to talk to Tom Hart from the SEC Network coming up at 7:30 this morning. We'll talk to him about the back-to-play plan for college football and other sports. He's been pretty vigilant on Major League Baseball. So we'll talk to Tom about the MLB coming up here in a couple of minutes. He'll stop by at 7:30. Roman Harper in the 8 o'clock hour. Our television partners over here on ESPN at WNXX is WBRZ. We always appreciate being able to link up with those guys anytime we need help from a weather standpoint or even some sports stories or just something that's going on around the city. Overnight, our city experienced some terrible weather that has not left the area, that's still around the area, but it looks like some tornadoes came through the area. I live in the middle of the city and had some tornadoes come through the neighborhood.
Is that confirmed?
That is confirmed.
Oh, okay. Wow. Jeez.
And our chief meteorologist over at WBRZ is Josh Eachus, and he's going to stop in here with us on Off the Bench this morning and see if he can't give us a little bit of help for people that may be commuting into work or driving into work with the streets and the weather that came through overnight. Josh, good morning. Thank you for stopping in real quick.
Of course, Jordy, T-Bob, thanks for having me on this morning. And you summed it up. It was a very busy morning, the 5 o'clock hours when everything kind of kicked into gear. And that's when that first tornado warning was issued. And as you were talking about some damage in the central part of East Baton Rouge Parish, the Westminster area, Jefferson Highway, Drusilla area, that's where we have some scattered trees down. Unfortunately, a few larger trees appear to have fallen on some homes. All of that bad news. The good news is that to this point, we don't have any reports of any injuries, which we always like to hear, of course. So that's where we are right now with a lot of the active weather temporarily exiting our area to the east. But I do suspect that we'll have more rounds of showers and thunderstorms later on today.
Chief meteorologist over at WBRZ. He's on Twitter at Dr. Josh WX. Josh Eachus joining us here real quick from WBRZ, and you can keep up with the coverage all day on their stations, Channel 2 and Channel 11 here locally. How about the streets? I know that that there was some trees down around the area where I was coming from. How about the city in general? Is the traffic moving around?
You know what? I've been keeping in touch with our lead traffic reporter, Ashley Frugier, and she's been providing the updates this morning. And it was before daybreak where it was just kind of the combination of some branches down and heavy rain that had snarled some of the key thoroughfares, 10, 12, Airline Highway. But as we've moved into the 7 o'clock hour, other than those side and neighborhood streets that have some branches on them, to this point, it appears that the city is kind of moving around okay. I guess it was a little bit of a blessing that it occurred right before really we get to the peak of rush hour. If this were around 6 or 7, we may have had some bigger problems than we already did. So from a traffic standpoint, it appears that things are improving at this time. But, of course, you want to still use some caution if you're driving in the rain out there.
I know you're busy, so just real quick for our listeners, just what's the day going to look like coming up here on this Wednesday?
I never like to compare one day to a previous day just because they all kind of play out a little differently weather-wise, but kind of similar to Monday. This is not going to be like yesterday where we had one late-day round of showers and storms, so we had our morning go on Monday. We had our morning go this morning, and our forecast models are showing that we may get 2 more rounds today. I look for about a midday batch of showers and thunderstorms, and then again a rush hour-ish type round of showers and thunderstorms. And tornadoes were not a strong possibility today. I will still not advertise them as a strong possibility in the afternoon, but they are going to be the heavy summer-type storms. They're going to give us downpours, a lot of lightning, and we always advertise gusty wind in these storms. Unfortunately, that gusty wind this morning came with an isolated tornado right over a heavily populated area there in East Baton Rouge Parish.
Great insight. Thank you for being accessible for us this morning.
Anytime, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
You got it. There he is, Josh Eachus, checking in from WBRZ, chief meteorologist. It was a crazy night as far as the weather for us here in the capital city overnight. As
Stay safe.
You heard Josh say out there, a couple of trees down in the Drusilla area. So stay safe out there for sure. All right. So Greg Sankey was speaking earlier this week on getting back to play, and we're going to talk to Tom Hart from the SEC Network here shortly. We played the soundbite from Sankey over on Rich Eisen on the NFL Network, his podcast earlier this week, talking about laying the foundation for football season. Then Sankey went in to talk a little bit more about what the fans may look like in the stands.
Specialists, so everybody's going to critique this, but we're in the learning process, and we've seen mass gatherings around protests that have happened, and so those are learning experiences, as I understand, for people in the scientific and medical world. I'm not going to tell you that's the basis for us moving forward, but all of this learning, because research is usually done over years and decades, and we're talking weeks and months, which is why the feedback and the guidance changes, and that's part of the learning that needs to take place for us as well as our entire society.
One more from Sankey here talking about the number of tests required to get football going.
No, we've not. In fact, one of the misnomers is our campuses actually are involved in testing. We didn't mandate testing,
right?
And this informs the answer because the availability and the nature of testing and the effectiveness of testing and accuracy of testing and timing of testing are all kind of this jumble of how do we move forward. That's one of those ongoing points of dialogue for our conference with our medical advisors and for all five, and I'd argue every one of the college conferences to talk about as it relates to how do we prepare for football. So we haven't talked about, we've talked generally about volume of testing, so that's the number, what's the right timing, what kind of tests may be available, and all of that is something that I think everybody's coming to grips with.
Yeah, so I kind of like what Sankey has to say there, and I think it's kind of representative of my attitude throughout this entire process as well, which is that, yes, there's been a lot of stuff that has changed, but as he said, research that normally takes place over years in order to find solid answers is now trying to take place in a matter of weeks, in a matter of months. So, remember when we were wiping down, I don't know if you ever were, but, we got super paranoid, right? And I'm, changing clothes after every day and wiping down all my groceries and everything. And then we learned that contact spread and contact tracing maybe isn't as much of a problem as originally thought, and maybe you don't need to do that, right? And the main thing is just kind of distancing yourself, the 6 feet rule. And then maybe it comes out eventually that that's not needed either. And then that'll be great as well, and we'll adjust accordingly. But I do like that it sounds like the SEC is ultimately using that research as the basis for their guidelines going forward. And it seems like after a few more weeks of schools reporting, like LSU and other schools reporting their findings, you'll have a much clearer picture of how this is all going to work. And I talked about this on Corey Johnson's show yesterday. This is all a part. Yeah, the man. But this is all a part of that new normal. And it seems like when you look at college sports, really sports in general, and you look at the fact that these student athletes are low risk in terms of having bad complications. Remember, of all the LSU players, nobody's been hospitalized. A lot were even asymptomatic. It seems like that this is a level, or I guess we'll learn over the next few weeks, is this a level of acceptable risk that everybody's kind of willing to buy into in order to have sports? And right now, it feels like it is, and we'll just continue to watch the situation develop. But yeah, I definitely feel like football happens. There's too much on the line. I just don't know, whatever. We'll see what happens with the fans. But as Sankey said, the next 3 weeks will tell us a lot.
All right, that was Greg Sankey speaking on the Rich Eisen show on his podcast earlier this week. That sound was provided by Eisen in the NFL Network. When we come back, we'll talk to Tom Hart of the SEC Network, of the XFL and ESPN. We'll talk to Hart about what baseball season could look like. Roman Harper is a new addition to the SEC Network. It hasn't officially been tabbed by the network, but it's going to happen here soon. We'll get Hart's thoughts and comment coming up here on Off the Bench next. We're brought to you daily by Central Plumbing Company, online centralplumbing.org. Remember, 925-8552 is the phone number to get in touch with Mr. Jay Payne, Zach Payne, Brandon LeBlanc. Weather, you just heard Josh Eaches come on and talk about the weather that came through overnight. A lot of power and trees down in the city. If you want that full home generator today, you lost power and you're thinking about it, man, next time I don't want to lose power. I need that generator. Get over to Central Plumbing Company, 925-8552, or online at centralplumbing.org, 925-8552.
Centralplumbing.org. Go to centralplumbing.org today for all of your plumbing needs. Doesn't matter what it is, they got your back. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. They have a flat rate pricing structure, so you're not going to be surprised by anything. The warranty gives you peace of mind afterwards. It's not just residential. If you're a business owner, you have an office building, you need your plumbing needs met, they have the correct insurance, paperwork, and personnel to do so. They have quite the fleet over there at Central Plumbing, and you don't grow how they have. If you look at their humble origins to where they stand now, unless you're doing things the right way, go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Off the Bench with Kalata and T-Bob.
Daily brought to you by Coys Diesel. Remember, online coysdiesel.com. Find Coys there. If you need 24-hour roadside assistance, they offer it. Once you log online, you'll see somebody pop up in the text chat. You can schedule a sales call. You can get a service appointment, or you can get that 24-hour roadside assistance. Light, medium, or heavy-duty diesel trucks. If you need Coy and his crew, easy to find them online at coysdiesel.com.
Go to coysdiesel.com, coysdiesel.com. Like I say, every day, Coy, C-O-Y, coysdiesel.com, and it's right there in the name. If you need diesel parts, you need your diesel vehicle service, you're looking for diesel vehicles, they do it all over there at Coy's 24/7 emergency roadside assistance, because they're there for their customers in every way that's possible. So you break down, you go to coysdiesel.com, call them up, you can get online, you can set it up either way, and they'll come help you out immediately. I mean, right when you get on the website, a box pops up where you can talk to a human being. How about that? Go to coysdiesel.com, C-O-Y, that's coysdiesel.com.
Dear Sports is our love letter to sports. Share your Dear Sports letter with us. Call 860-506-6161 and read it to us. Or share a video or text using the hashtag Dear Sports on Twitter or Instagram.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
We're all a little on edge, but we at Richards Honda want to help. If your car needs service, we'll pick it up and drop it off, fixed and sanitized. If you need a new car, use our buy from home option or call us and we'll deliver it right to your door with no payments for 90 days. We are all in this together, and together we'll get through it. For more information, log on to richardshonda.com today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens. Make that thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Heart to Heart weekly here on Off the Bench, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria, all throughout South Louisiana. Tom Hart, of course, the voice and face of the Southeastern Conference. We heard a little bit from Greg Sankey earlier this week. He was on the Eisen Show, and last week, Tom, we were talking about it. We were talking about maybe getting 100,000 in Tiger Stadium for the Texas game week 2. Now, I don't. Not so confident. How are you feeling about this situation? It feels very fluid. It's day in, day out.
I'm sorry, you dropped on me that last part. What was the question?
It feels like the news around college football is very fluid to every day it's changing. Yeah, and that's going to continue, I think. Throughout the SEC, fans are now becoming more aware of official news. Just yesterday, Georgia Athletic Director Greg McGarity sent a letter out to the donors saying, I know everybody wants to know what's happening. We'll have concrete information once we get into August. No one wants to move too soon because we're not sure what the landscape is going to look like here in 75 days or so, even though there's a lot of different plans out there. To me, and I don't mean to be insensitive to the fans who are absolutely stakeholders in this thing we call SEC football, but I'm just kind of focused on the little victories right now. And just to have a football season start on time, in my opinion, would be a major victory. So whatever we need to do to focus on that and get to that point, that's where I want to see us get. And then once we cross that threshold, then let's move on and figure out, all right, how can we get these loyal fans and people who support these programs through the doors and in the building and recreate these incredible home field advantages like right there in Tiger Stadium. You were talking about the landscape, and it seems like one of the pieces of the landscape that is changing in college football is the player empowerment. It seems like the player within the college sports right now, especially football, has a lot of power. I'm thinking of Kylan Hill at Mississippi State, the running back, coming out and saying, look, until you guys change the flag in Mississippi, I'm not representing Mississippi State. You saw Hubbard at Oklahoma State force Mike Gundy into a couple of apologies after a shirt he wore last week. What are you making of the players and their role right now, as it seems like it is a changing landscape in college sports? Well, let's appreciate these guys for these bold moves. I mean, Kylan Hill is taking the fight to the entire state of Mississippi. And whether you think that is right or that is wrong, for him to put his playing career on the line and say, this is important enough to me to not have a carry this year. He's a guy who could have gone pro. He's a guy that was one of, if not the best running back in the league last year. And certainly from a returning standpoint, has the most promise on the field. And Chuba Hubbard, that guy's I don't think he gets enough attention football-wise for what he accomplished last year at Oklahoma State. Just a workhorse running back, top 10 Heisman finalist before the season begins. And what you're seeing here, not just with Kylan Hill, but specifically with Chuba Hubbard and the guys out at UCLA, is a lack of communication. And I'm sure T-Bob can speak to this. A lack of communication from top down with your program only leads to problems, and it should help us appreciate those programs that keep their players not just – I don't want to say you have to involve them in all of the decision-making, but let them know what's going on and communicate with them constantly. Because so many programs out there right now with the coronavirus situation are running circles trying to protect their players and protect the programs. And sometimes you have to constantly remind kids of everything that you do for them so they appreciate the hoops you have to jump through. I think it's a great sign, this modern civil rights movement that so many youth are involved in right now. And I can't wait to see what a Kylan Hill does after his football playing career, or a Chuba Hubbard. And if you get involved, if this is important to you and you get involved in local politics, I think it's only going to benefit those communities to have guys with such varied backgrounds who are great football players, then see what they can do from a civic standpoint.
Talking to Tom Hart, Heart to Heart, ESPN and SEC Network play-by-play, the best, one of the most likable guys ever. Tom, you're obviously very plugged into the SEC. LSU was in the headlines with 30 players being quarantined. We don't know how many tested positive. But it doesn't seem to be the exception, right? It kind of looks like the rule if you look around the country. What's been your early reaction, and what have you heard out of these SEC schools in terms of how this process is developing?
Well, I think it is a process, and it's something that these coaches have never been through before, right? So we know coaches are creatures of habit, whether you're a head coach, a coordinator, or position coach. And so they have to make major adjustments to follow the protocols, to protect their kids, and to prepare for a season. Preparation is the number one word when you talk to coaches, because they have to check so many boxes to be confident that they have put their players in the right spot and position to succeed. So they are uncomfortable right now from guys I've talked to only because of the unknown and because they have to do things differently. We're going to, be prepared. We're going to see more positive tests for those programs that choose to share that information. And if you're looking for a silver lining, in my opinion, it's this: to get an idea of how this spreads within a program, to get an idea of how it affects this age group and guys in this demographic in terms of athletic fitness before the season starts, would then leave them much better prepared to deal with it, once we get to kickoff. Because, guys, my secondary concern here is hopefully we're able to start this season on time, but then after, say, 4 weeks of banging heads with a guy in a different jersey across from you, what are these tests looking like on October 5th as opposed to September 5th? We need to make sure not only can we start a season, but that it can continue and not be interrupted after a few games.
Tom, more news around the Major League Baseball, and around its Players Association since the last time we have spoke, and it's no more clear on what the plan will be. It looks like they will open the season on July 23rd and 24th. They'll hold a regular training camp, 60-game season, 10-team playoff structure, but both sides still bickering at one another. What do you make of the latest negotiations and where they sit?
Well, the bickering is going to continue for a few years because they have to collectively bargain a new agreement there, and that's unfortunate. Nobody watches sports for the business side of it. They watch it to get a release from what they have to deal with in their own lives and to be entertained. It is entertainment. So in that regard, one rule that I think is going to catch people by surprise once they start doing it is going into extra innings and putting a guy at second base. So listen, I am thrilled that they're going to play baseball. And when I first started thinking about this rule, I thought it was really cool because to me, the best postseason in sports is overtime NHL playoffs. Like, there's nothing better because somebody could score any second. There's a breakaway here, breakaway there. The puck gets turned over. Boom, game over. Somebody wrote one time that it was like jumping out of a helicopter on a motorcycle during a cocaine binge. I don't know. I've never done any of those things, but that sounds like a very extreme situation. I don't think putting a guy at second base with nobody out is extreme, but I like the idea that baseball is willing to tinker with their sacred rules because this is the kind of season to do it. You only got 2 months of games before you hit the playoffs. You got to do things a little bit differently.
We will speak to Roman Harper in the 8 o'clock hour. He has had a hell of a week. He had a baby boy earlier this week. He got inducted into the Saints Hall of Fame yesterday. That became official. And then there is word that he's joining the SEC network. It seems like there's a lot of smoke around him joining you guys' team. What do you know about Harper? And he's going to be a key addition. He's going to be a great addition. He was with us all fall.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. The SEC Nation show is stealing my guy, Jordan Rodgers. I think we're going to still keep him on our Saturday night game. And Marcus Spears is moving on to more NFL coverage from what I understand. So there is an opening there, and I love it. And you know what I hope he brings? I mean, listen, this guy was a Pro Bowler. He played in the Super Bowl. Almost an unrivaled NFL career. But we know that the first thing LSU fans and everybody else in the SEC is going to focus on is the fact that he's an Alabama guy.
Hell yeah.
And I love it because I want him to bring the Bama heat and get everybody fired up. What the SEC Network has done is, and they've hired the right people over the years, whether you played or coached at Auburn or Florida or Georgia or LSU, is it's allowed people to show their colors without being biased. And it speaks to the enthusiasm within, within this conference that makes it go, that makes it tick. And I think that's wonderful.
Harp he's a rammer jammer. He'll let you know it for sure.
Him and McElroy.
He is going to let you know it, man.
Are going to be insufferable.
He will be waving the pom-pom or the shaker or whatever the hell they call it, man. Tom, you were fantastic as usual. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. Thank you.
Thanks, boys. Have a great day.
Have a great day, Tom.
We will close out hour one next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Kalata and T-Bob.
Brought to you daily here by All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Remember, you can find All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge on the corner of Goodwood and Airline, where they've been since 2005, and they've got great rates right now on Corollas, Tundras, 4Runners, Highlanders. Stop in and see them. They got all types of models for you. They can sell you a hybrid model. In fact, they can lease you a car. We've been telling you they can rent you a vehicle over at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Miss Lisa Sessions over there in the service department. Real easy. Walk in, get the information. What are you looking for? You want an SUV, a truck, a sedan, a car, whatever it may fit you for the trip coming up. They can rent you a vehicle over at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. All of it online, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. You go on the website right there. You can chat with someone live. They're online, an actual human being. They got new inventory, used inventory, new specials, certified used inventory. You can service and part specials if you're a buy-it-yourself, do-it-yourself type of person. The website is fantastic. The selection is second to none, and the customer service is the best. Go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Shout out to the Brother Bear, Dustin Danton, Tim Castens, Scott Dice, Gage Wisby, Grant Harrell, all of you watching on YouTube. We appreciate you interacting. Dustin Guillot, Todd Jones, all inside
subscribe to Off the
YouTube
Bench
this morning. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Off the Bench, but you can also watch the show live now every single day from 7 to 9 a.m. as we have Tom Hart here every Wednesday on Off the Bench. So we appreciate Tommy for stopping by in the last segment. Good insight there, as he always gives good and interesting opinion and perspective. There he was talking a little bit about Major League Baseball. Roman Harper, who's going to stop by in the 8 o'clock hour, and Harper is the newest member of the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame. He's going to be a part of the SEC Nation on the SEC Network. They delivered a healthy baby boy, did the Harpers, this week. So it's been a very eventful and exciting week for Roman and his family. We look forward to talking to him at 8:30 this morning. We'll play Would You Rather at 8:15. Sammy and the crew had a bar breakdown, bar review for Baton Rouge. That left out government street bars, very Tigerland-centric, that has created a stir within the bar owners and the bar goers here in the capital city. So we will break that down coming up here at 8 o'clock. So make sure and stick around there. Roman Harper is now a resident of the East Coast in the Carolinas, in North Carolina. And they got some news coming out in the state of North Carolina centered around Duke and Zion Williamson, as Williamson, T-Bob, looks like he may be skating out of this court case in which they're trying to pin him down into a court. And it's not so much Zion here, because I don't want to make this a debate between you and I as picking sides, because I am Team Zion through and through.
We are.
All right?
Z.
And
I
have been
him on my chest
since
right now.
day one, since his stepfather stopped by here, Mr. Lee.
Shout out Lee Anderson.
We always appreciate Zion and his family, so we don't want to see any trouble come to Zion and his family's way. I think that they're clear here. What
Yes,
I do want to see,
I think you could
what
say,
I do want to see is I want to see the Duke basketball brand and Coach K be just tarnished and thrown through the mud.
I think you could say that this case looks like a slam dunk as far as Zion's side is concerned. So it all centers around the Uniform Athletes Agent Act, right? This is an act that requires agents to register with the state when they are in contact with student athletes. And the UAAA defines a student athlete to include any person who engages in intercollegiate sports. Remember, the people that are going after Zion are trying to say he was never a student athlete because he accepted, because he entered a deal with them and he accepted this, which would have nullified his status as a student athlete. The problem with this is that in doing so, Gina Ford, who is going after Zion, the agent's crew, they are admitting that they violated the UAAA by striking a deal with Zion, right? So they are admitting wrongdoing, but then trying to put the problem on Zion's camp. But the problem with that, as Williams' attorney points out, is that Ford's attempt, and I'm reading from direct quote here, Ford's attempt to retroactively nullify his status as a student athlete would turn the legislative purpose of the UAAA on its head. It's designed to protect student athletes by regulating the conduct of overreaching agents. So all of a sudden, if you side with Gina Ford and company in this situation, Jordy, well, then you're saying, like, okay, agents, come take your shot. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. You can blame it on the student later. And so the defendants, they go on to say that this is victim blaming. It's fundamentally backwards, and it's contrary to the statutory text and purpose of the UAAA. And this makes sense to me. And I don't know. There's no hard evidence. They're using like Wikipedia information and Zillow estimates, what they go on to ridicule. And yes, although Duke maybe got a bit tarnished in all of this, I don't think anything's going to come of this.
I just hope that their name is now included into the cheats of the program or the cheats of the game. You know
It's
what I mean?
not.
To think that Duke is running this clean program and that Coach K is this figure that is, you know, just this untouchable that can bring in these people because of the brotherhood at Duke.
But if you still believe that, like, I don't think this story is going to be the one to change your mind. If you are still thinking, believing in the sanctity of major blue bloods and that everybody's doing things the right way, then if you still believe that with everything we know about college basketball, then there's probably not enough juice in this story to flip you around.
All you need to know is that Brian Bowen got $100,000 to go to Louisville.
I agree with
what do
Junior
you
the
think?
senior.
What do you think Zion got?
UAAA does sound ridiculous. It's entirely too many
Hour two
consecutive
next.
A's.
Off the bench with Colada and T-Bob.
Quality Sod simply wants to supply you with the healthiest weed and pest-free, easiest to install grass sod. Large or small.
Visit Bayou Ford for a new 2020 Ford F-150 for only $30,400 with 0% for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Hey, T-Bob, sports wouldn't be the same without the die-hard fans, so we're highlighting the fans that do it the most.
Every week, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge brings you the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week. Check it out, 1045ESPN.com.
It's the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
This isn't just another day. It's so
Good morning. Welcome to Off the Bench Hour 2. It's 8 a.m. on Wednesday, June 24th. Today, the forecast, it will be scattered storms in the capital city, so be careful out there. In case you missed hour 1 of the show, you can catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com, brought to you by Carriages. You can follow today's show by joining us inside the Huddle app, brought to you by Bayou Ford. And make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page and turn on your post notifications as we are going live on YouTube from here on out. So, with that being said, hour number 2 starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. Produced by Sam Favors and Daniel Cardenas. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 2 off the bench, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN Radio in New Orleans, 94.7 ESPN Alexandria. Remember, we're down in Lafayette. If you're over in Acadiana, you can hit us on 98.1 HD2.
Oh.
If you want to catch the, it's got Eagle 98.1 reach, or anywhere in Eagle 98.1's listening area, 100,000 watt blowtorch. You can hear that thing down in the Gulf of Mexico, pretty much from Lake Charles to New Orleans, everywhere in between. So if you want it HD2, you got HD in your vehicle, HD2, and that's us here on ESPN Baton Rouge. So check us out there. We're also on your smart speaker, and this morning we're on YouTube. We're going live for the 2 hours between 7 and 9 on our YouTube channel. So if you want to check out Off the Bench YouTube, you can easily do that. We're on Facebook Live. We're inside the huddle. We appreciate Tom Hart for stopping by. He's a Wednesday regular here on Off the Bench. We'll talk to Roman Harper coming up at 8:30 this morning. Daily, all of our sound is brought to you by Carriages of Baton Rouge. Remember, Carriages can be found online. They've got great social media as well. You can hit them on Instagram and Facebook. They're on the corner of Jefferson and Old Hammond, as they've been there since 1982. Carriages bringing back all of our sound here on OTB. So yesterday, Sam and the crew, no T-Bob a part of the post show, and T-Bob's usually a regular.
Yeah.
On
but
sitting
this is
on the bench,
yes, but
sitting
this is mainly for these youngins to get some mic time and to
oh wow, what a pat on the head,
and to flex their muscle a bit and develop and here they are already 2 weeks into this thing, and they are making some serious waves.
I could argue that it's been longer than 2 weeks. We were talking to Sam
It's definitely
before the
been
show.
like 2 months.
No, we've not been doing sit on the bench for 2 months. We've done it for like 2 weeks. That's fine though. We're not getting into that.
It does feel longer than 2 weeks.
It's been a month. It's been 1 month.
Okay.
But you've done a great job in branding yourself with the sandwich reviews. And what it does is it brings polarizing interaction where you got some people that love it, you got some people that hate it, you got some people that are a little gray about it, right? And yesterday it went full just melt mode when you went out with the bar reviews.
Danny, go ahead and maybe even get rid of us and full screen that tier list for the viewers at home, and I'll explain it for those that don't. So
any guidelines here? Were there any guidelines going into the tier list? Were there any qualifications that you were looking for that was going to make, why was Fred's in the top tier list?
Okay, so obviously Fred.
real quick. Okay. So how it works, just so if you're not watching, if you're just listening, right? you have your 5 tiers, S being the best, then A, B, C, and D. And they got a bunch of bars together, and they rank them. And Fred's and the House come in at the S tier. Ivar's, Bogies, and the Bulldog come in at the A tier. JL's checks in alone in the B tier. In the C tier, you have Reggie's and the Rev. Have you ever heard of the Rev?
Never heard of it.
And then on the D tier, you have Mike's, you have Duvix, you have Dead Poets, another place I never heard of, and you have Uncle Earl's. And that was the genesis of a lot of controversy, as it seems like if we were doing this like a democracy, right? If we're just talking about what the majority of people talking about this were upset with, Sammy and Danny, if you want to defend or explain how this happened, but it seemed like a lot of people not agreeing that Uncle Earl's deserved to be at the bottom of that list.
One more question. Were you the only 2 on the committee?
No, Lloyd.
Lloyd Courtney was as well.
Lloyd Courtney. Wow,
And
okay. It's a nice crew.
Yeah.
It's ages like 21, 23, and 27.
Yeah.
Right? So you're getting the whole breadth of the 20s.
All right, so break it down.
So obviously Fred's is at the top. Like
Why?
Fred's, because it's a family bar. You can that's where we go for our family night. You can have concerts there. Great game day atmosphere. We all go get our stamps before just so we can get in after the game and not have to wait in line.
When you say family as a 21-year-old, I think family. I can't pack my 9-year-old.
No.
No, but you go with your parents. People do go. People
Family
go
bar.
with their
On game
parents to
day.
Fred's.
On game
Yes.
day. On
Yeah.
game
We could have an office party there and it wouldn't be weird.
Yeah. That's fair.
But I could still see my friends too. It's just like it's just unstoppable. Like they're about to have a big renovation. Like it's
Okay,
it's
next.
deep-
You're
okay.
you're out of accolades
I
for
can keep
Fred's.
going on.
Why? What do you have, Danny? Why? So you've got Fred's and you've got the House.
The Fred's is not surprising. The House is the other story here. So the low ranking of Earl's is one story, and the other story that, because when I was in college, the House was nothing, right? I mean, we would have thrown it probably in the
But
D
it was
tier.
there.
It was there,
Right. That's
so it's
to
lasted
me,
the test of time, right?
Like, it's got great
It's a
sustain.
decade
It's got
now.
great sustainability,
Okay.
and then to see
Here
them
is-
now in the top slot, Danny.
Well, I need to say my part.
defend the House.
No, I need to say it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we based it on. She can explain.
Sammy
I'm
had the
gonna
stronger
say-
passion for
I'm
the
gonna
House.
say this one thing right now. The House has been killing it in revenue. I'm not even kidding. Like
You
they
gotta
have
do their
been
books?
getting okay, stop. They have been getting so many people to the House lately. It's where all like
What are they doing?
everybody they just have like college workers, so like everybody knows the people there, and
good job.
they make an effort to get everybody in the House. They have deals. They have a great social media too. I'm just telling you.
I mean, are we talking about any good like drink deals? Like I remember
Yeah.
back in the day, you get
No,
like
and
Wells.
that's
It
the
was like
thing. I don't
$5, like all
understand.
you
Well, I
can
mean,
drink.
I always remember the House.
At
and
JL's?
I'm a terrible reference for this tier list because I mean I've got nothing to add here, but I will say like back in my day, the House had a reputation of kind of being like athletes and a bunch of cleat chasers in there. Is that
I'm
not
not-
the case now?
No, not really.
No?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
That's
All right.
Fred. But I'm talking
That's
about
Fred.
right now, like right now in 2020, 2019, the House deserves to
I
be in that
believe you.
spot.
I believe you. I believe you.
I actually, this was backed up by my 2 cousins that are in LSU, and I asked them about it like 6 months ago, and they were talking about how everybody goes to the House, and I was like, what?
Okay,
So,
all right.
hey, shout
All right,
out, big
Danny,
movers.
You got it now.
So I did have an
I was
argument here, Danny, and the only argument I did have, if we were talking about elite status, this was kind of like leaving Breeze out of the elite status yesterday.
Yep.
Bogies. I mean, so now I am very partial to Bogies, and I'm leaving out the fact that they were closed for 8 months, and a part of that was football season.
And that has to, as somebody
That
said on
does
Twitter,
need
that has to count
that-
for something.
And if it does count for something, and to see them only in the A spot, it probably makes a little sense.
And Jordan, we know you were at Bogies, what, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
Easy there. It was well before quarantine. It was well before
Oh,
quarantine.
yeah, sorry, my bad. I didn't mean it like
well
that,
before
but like
quarantine.
recently.
Yes, within the year.
yes,
2020, I have been there. Danny, defend it.
What bogeys?
Or defend your A-list.
Oh.
Ivar's, Bogies, and the Bulldog.
Yeah, we pick those based on like those are like not like rager spots, but you can go there and chill at the same time.
It's very true.
And, like,
Ivar's,
sit back and enjoy.
does any bar have a greater breadth of age range than Ivar's?
No.
Like like somebody pointed out, you'll see the old man, you'll see somebody off of work, you'll see the college kids. It's one of those rare places where you don't have to feel weird or creepy if you're our age and you're showing up there.
Out of every bar on this list, it would probably be the one alongside Uncle Earl's that I would feel the most comfortable. You know
That's
what I mean?
fair. Yes, I feel very comfortable at Earl's as well.
Without feeling like very uncomfortable that I'm in a bar, Uncle Earl's and Ivar's would be the two that I would just kind of feel good about.
I used to feel the same way on Bulldog, and then I went there on a Wednesday, which admittedly draws in the younger crowd because it's the big drinking day. And I don't know, this was a couple of years ago, but like even a year ago or whatever, but me and my boys, we kind of felt like we got age discriminated against as the old guys.
Catching
like
some mean mugs.
They were just like staring at us and helping out all the college kids around us and just like not coming to us. And
What are
I
you
don't
guys
know,
chaperoning here? What are you, drivers?
Yeah, like I'm hard to miss if I'm standing at a bar, right? And I felt, I just felt a little, I felt like it was a little ageist. They were basically telling me you're too old to be here on a Wednesday. And you know what? Admittedly, I looked around me and I was kind of thinking I was maybe too old.
So I have heard personally from 2 bar owners on this list that were very that were very
Sammy.
had a couple of attitudes on the reviews. And one of them we all know is BG Lanois, who's sitting in the bottom spot. And we heard from him all day. And I thought Uncle Earl's did a phenomenal job of spinning that from a public relations standpoint.
Hey,
and
to be
using
fair,
that to
the
their
people
benefit.
came out for Uncle Earl's.
They did.
The older
and the
crowd
Uncle
did.
Earl's crowd is loyal, and they will be there as soon as they open back up. The other owner I heard from was John Landry, and John Landry is JL. JL's
That's my
place
dude.
and Reggie's. He owns both of them. He wants to know why, and he is pissed that you
really?
two are
Is he-
college
am I kicked
kids.
out forever?
Absolutely, you're banned on the ban list for good.
For what it's worth, I would like to say that if I had been involved in this conversation when I was in college, JL's was my S tier. It was my happy
I know
place.
that's what we were talking about
I
yesterday.
went there constantly.
You love JL's.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to get in.
No, you're already in trouble.
Hey, it's
I think JL's
yeah, the boat is sailed. Just be
I
honest.
like JL's, good company, but they have got to step up their building. There's
The
one
facility. So this is a facility.
This is like an LSU
This is
type
a
deal.
facility
They need
problem.
sleeping pods.
The girls' bathroom. I go to the boys' bathroom every time I'm there because I can't even get in the girls' bathroom. So
Would you do you pee in the stand-up stall?
no, it's a normal toilet in there. It's a normal toilet in there. But
You walk
it's
in, you're like, Sam?
It's the facility, but
She's eating a sandwich, peeing in the trough. Hey, what's
With
up,
a
y'all?
beard?
sandwich girls here. Clear the bathroom. And then Reggie's.
Do they still play beer pong at jails?
No.
Really?
There's a pool table. But
We used to play beer pong all the time.
On the pool
So-
table?
No, like they had tables set up when you got there early enough where you just play. Really small cups. Took a lot of skill. It's a bit odd to hear.
okay, and then Reggie's was popping my freshman year t-shirt night, and then the grade below me ruined it. We don't do it
I mean,
anymore.
we all know what Reggie's is.
Yeah, right. I mean,
we
just-
all know
it's-
what
yeah,
Reggie's is.
we know what it is.
But
JL.
it's like not even a thing for underclassmen anymore. Really.
Danny, any reviews on JL's establishments? Reggie's and JL's place?
Well, like she said, I mean, Reggie's is like made for freshmen, but like it's like started to die down a little bit.
Who did you go to bat for on this list, Danny? Like who was Danny Cardenas
Well, I like
passionate about?
The A tier list was solid. I think that was really solid. I'm not really big on the house, but I think they said it's like popping right now, so like that's the reason we put in the S tier.
Mike's has been around forever, right? I think that was there when I was in college as
Can
well.
somebody explain
no
to me
great feelings.
where, what, and who the Rev is?
Okay.
Oh, that's Sammy. That's all Sammy.
So it's by Chimes. It's very nice. It'd be a
Okay.
great game day spot as well. It's brand new. Came out like last spring. We started going. It was already popping like right when it opened.
So how did it end up in the
It's-
C tier?
Because it's on its way up to the top.
Oh, they're making him
an
earn it.
ascend.
They're making him earn it.
And
This is
Reggie's
not.
is on its way down to the
I
bottom.
kind of like that you're not being biased to the recency effect. You're
I think it
you're
could be
making these
higher
things
if
try
they
to
had a
earn it.
football season under its belt.
And then to the and then to the controversial D class here. And some surprises here, but no bigger surprise than Uncle Earl's yesterday. And we heard from the top of Uncle Earl's. The CEO of Uncle Earl's was raging about this nearly 24 hours ago. Since has calmed and spun it into a PR dream. But you've got Uncle Earl's. Is that Dead Poet?
Yeah, Dead Poet. It's new. It's where the Shadies used to be.
Duvix,
It's kind of like building on an Indian burial ground.
It's a graveyard right there, man.
You
That
got to
place
be
is-
very careful.
That place is dead before it even opens.
You got to be very careful about what you put in that building.
And then you've got Duvix. And is this Mike's? Is this Big Mike's in Denham Springs?
No, that's Mike's in Tigerland.
Okay,
next
so
to
everything's
JL's.
in Tigerland.
Mike's
Why
has
would I
been
say
around.
Mike's?
Yeah, Mike's has been.
Okay.
Well, and so that's the other thing, right? There's no down. This is how you know it's the 21 through 27-year-old list. There's no downtown
And no
bars
Government
on
Street.
there. no Government Street on there, no Rady Bar, anything. So I think the plan is to maybe take everybody's suggestions, add in the bars that are not on the list, and then put those into tiers as well on Thursday, so we can have a fully comprehensive list.
Because I forgot about the Texas Club, and that's like my Pineville place.
Yeah, there you go.
And Donmore, only place you can
Okay,
catch
can I
country
say something real
music.
quick?
Sure.
A lot of people are hating on me for putting house at the top, but I don't regret it at all. That
Okay.
is literally where college kids are going these days. And as a college kid, I'm going to tell everybody. So you can hate on me all you want, but that's the truth.
Finger on the pulse.
And if you're at the house and my girl doesn't have free cover
Yeah,
for
dude.
eternity and a
Yeah.
bar tab, you can scratch the house off of this show forever. Would you rather next? Would you rather party in Tigerland or on Government Street? We'll answer it next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Jordy Culotta and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, look at the
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Brought to you daily by the Landwise. Lanoix agency.com. They run the best insurance outlet in town. They also have the greatest bar in town.
Yep.
Uncle Earl's.
S-tier insurance, no doubt.
Auto insurance, home insurance, business insurance, flood insurance. It stormed overnight. If you're in a flood zone, make sure you got that flood insurance. If you don't, call our boys today. Randy, Brian, David, all standing by. 749-5640. Online, LANOIX agency.com.
Yeah, and Jordy, I mean, some of the pictures coming out of your neighborhood are pretty intense. Trees falling on houses, on cars. If you have that coverage from Lanois, then you have the peace of mind where even when something bad like that happens, they are going to help you to solve those problems as pain-free as possible. Working with them and filing claims is excellent. The rates they can get you are the best. You can bundle your home and auto to save money. They are S-tier. Go to LanoisAgency.com, LanoisAgency.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
How do you choose?
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
In an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we woke up the Queen. Rivers is inside of the YouTube watch as she's watching on YouTube. Remember, search Off the Bench YouTube page. You can watch live there. Make sure you subscribe. Rivers has got a host of bars. Building 5, Bistro Byron's Radio Bar. Is some Overpass Merchant.
I would count that as a bar, yeah,
for sure. A lot of Cadillac cafes in the chat. Danny,
make sure we're writing these down because
Danny,
we're gonna have to rank
Cadillac
all
Cafe
of these.
Yet? How old are you?
Danny,
24. Danny would clean up.
Cougars as
Danny
far
would
as the eye
clean
could
up.
see, Danny, and they're hungry for some prey.
Some fresh meat walking in the door when Danny walks in.
You might as well just wear your safari outfit, rifle over the shoulder when you walk in. Hi there, I'm
face,
here,
Danny.
ladies. Here Danny Connor's here at the Cadillac Cafe. Perhaps you'll be coming home with me tonight, huh? Please wear a safari outfit at the Cadillac Cafe.
Paint
Danny.
the face, Danny.
Nothing
a couple
would
of
make me
streaks
happier,
a
dude.
couple of streaks in the eyes.
Man.
Great bar tier discussion inside of the huddle on Facebook Live. Rivers is watching on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe.
Go
there.
DJ just texted me Cadillac's been closed for a month now. But that's okay. That's not the point, though. That's not
Once
the point.
it reopens,
That's not the point.
Danny,
Never
we're
heard
getting
of
you.
it.
You shouldn't have.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have.
I legitimately remember back in the day.
Judging by your bar reviews, you should not have heard of Cadillac.
Oh,
I just
I'm
heard
saying,
that it's
you're
a.
very young and you haven't made it out of Tigerland yet. Don't get your feelings hurt on everything.
You can't qualify as a cougar yet. You're too young. But that's what I've always heard. Like I had friends who were maybe into more mature women, and they would specifically seek out the Cadillac Cafe like it was Mecca, like they were going to pilgrimage.
Danny going Cougar Hunt on Tuesday. All right, Would You Rather Wednesday every week here on Off the Bench. Here's the latest edition.
Okay, which would you rather be?
Now, what superpower would you rather have? The question is, would you rather date the blind or the deaf?
Would you rather drown or be burned alive?
Would you rather be overpaid or underrated?
Rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Welcome in.
Daniel Basham with a great line inside YouTube. Read it, Danny.
Do you see
Don't
the
read it on
comment?
the air.
Oh, don't read it on
Don't
the air.
read it on the air.
Okay. I was
You
about
see
to
it?
dive into it. Yeah, you almost led me into reading that
Don't
on
do
air
that.
directly. My bad. Avo does say, though, that Danny would be exhausted after a night at Cadillac Cafe. Would you rather have your pinky toe removed or your pinky finger removed? This is easy. Pinky toe.
Yeah, I think this is the pinky toe, even though
I don't even think my pinky toe touches the ground, bro. It's
I think
mangled.
when you sprung off the ground and did the Jamar
Yeah.
Chase challenge, I got to imagine that both pinky toes were dug into the carpet.
I mean, I can show you my feet. I don't know if that's how far you want to take this, but they're not pretty, and I have stubbed my pinky toes so much in my life that I feel like they folded in. It's like Chinese foot bending. Like they folded in to where I don't know. I think I could cut it off, and once I got through the pain, I would not notice it all. I like my pinky finger.
To
though.
be fair, I'm with you. I'm taking the toe off.
Yeah.
I like to wear rings on my pinky finger so my pinky toe is leaving.
Yep.
Yep. This is like the Big Lebowski. You need a toe? I'll get you a toe.
And nobody's looking at your feet.
Taking off the toe.
Okay,
sure.
there we go.
There you go. Unanimous.
Would you rather be 10 years old forever or 60 years old forever?
Well, I've only done one, so I'm going to go back to 10, I guess.
You're going to be 10 forever.
I don't know.
Think about this,
I don't know
dude.
anything about 60.
That's fair, but Okay, since we've been speaking of maybe an intercourse type of bent, how would you ever have sex with anyone ever again?
That's fair.
If you were 10 years old,
You wouldn't even be
you'd
able
be
to
like, no,
drink.
look, I've really been alive for 200 years. I promise you, I'm mature.
Be like Tom Hanks and Big for the rest of our life.
I'm going to pick 60,
Yes.
and I'm going to make myself look really, really, really hot. And then
If you're alive long enough, you could just keep stacking
I'm going to
plastic
make myself
surgeries.
look really, really young. And then I'm going to...
Go to Cadillac.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go
I'm
Cadillac.
going to be 60, and I'm going to go live at Cadillac, and I'm going to go find Danny out there.
But you can still drink when you're 60.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't
60
think 60 is that old.
60's not that old, and being eternally 60 would be great. Yeah, maybe you're not in your prime, but you can still do everything an adult can do. If you're eternally 10, that is some sort of hellish.
That was the worst year of
I
my
mean,
life.
you are trapped. You
Really?
are just trapped
It's
completely.
the worst year of your life?
Yeah, wasn't I in 6th grade when I was 10?
6th grade is awkward for me too.
It
But
was
no,
so
I think you're
awkward.
older than that. I think 6th grade you might be like 12.
I mean, 12 is weird.
Yeah.
Braces.
Yeah, braces. You're starting to care about girls, and then your friendships are breaking up because of girls and guys, and it's just junior high.
Undeveloped. You think you're a
So
lot bigger
weird.
than you are. You wear oversized T-shirts. When you look
I
back at the
was like,
pictures, you're
I
like,
looked
what
like a
the
shrimp
hell,
when I
man?
was 10 also.
Shout out to my girl Ansley. She's a junior high girl that we had come over and was helping to watch one of the kids right yesterday. And I wasn't trying to freak her out, but I was like, oh man, 7th grade, good luck. So, like,
Right,
that's a
like-
rough time. It gets better though, don't worry. Would you rather would you rather fight a knight, a Viking, a Spartan, or a samurai?
Tap out?
You have to fight one of them. I think there's a clear answer on this list.
Is it the knight?
It is the knight.
I think it is the knight too.
It is the knight. I have been reading that book, A Distant Mirror, that I was talking about, right? It's all about the 14th century plague, warfare, all this stuff, right? Knights are so dumb. They're just high school jocks. They're just high school jocks in all these armor. And like these French knights, they're supposed to be so chivalrous and so powerful. They keep getting wrecked in all these battles by the English longbows.
Right.
And they're not learning any lessons. They're just like, I'm going charging in there.
So
They're bros. They're just jocks.
I knew nothing about the biography of the knights, but all I did was compare it against the class of people that you.
Yeah, I mean, the
if you go
Viking,
down
you don't want to go to the
Vikings, I'm
Viking.
out.
Nope. Spartan.
Out.
Hell no. Samurai. Hell
out.
no.
I mean,
yeah.
I would say that really samurai would be first on the list that I'm out. You know what I mean? If a samurai, a Spartan, and a
Samurai or Spartan feels very disciplined. Viking, very
Bash your head into
overpowering,
cement.
but they're going to be a little more undisciplined. Like that's how Rome was always able to deal. Well, not Vikings, but like barbarians, I guess you could say. Yeah, Spartan or Samurai would be at the top of this list of not mess with.
I had a guy friend call me Samurai in high school, so I have to go with Samurai.
Okay, there
Samurai
you go.
Sam. I like it.
Danny?
Definitely wouldn't mess with a Spartan.
Yeah, no, hell no, dude. Would you rather fight one human-sized cat or 10 cat-sized humans? Isn't a human-sized cat just a tiger? Like at a certain point, like if there's a cat the size of me, what's the difference between that and like a tiger or a lion or something?
Nothing.
Yeah, give me 10 tiny humans. I'll punt them things all over the room, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I
Kick
guess
them
I'd
into
go
the
with
corner.
that. Either way, I think I'm getting my ass kicked.
Would you rather have 7-foot long arms or 7-foot long legs?
Oof.
Oh, man. Legs.
Rangy either way. Yeah, I'd go legs.
Because I don't want long arms. I look like Groot.
But then if you have long legs, you're going to look even more awkward, right? Like at least a long wingspan is impressive in ways. If you have long legs, your arms are going to look incredibly short. If you have normal arms and 7-foot long legs, Danny knows what I'm talking about. Give me the 7 feet arms, and like you said, Jordy, I'll be like a rangy basketball player. Maybe playing O-line. I could have gotten a little more extension. I wish I had a bit longer of arms.
It's a little bitty twig in between those big branches.
How also? That's that's another point. 7-foot
You
legs.
drop down 7 feet legs. You drop down on 7 feet legs. They're expecting something.
Yeah, and if that's not there, then that's just going to be disappointing for all parties involved. 7-foot arms. Y'all have any? Danny, do you answer?
Taking the arms. I
Yeah,
feel like
there
that's
you go.
more valuable for like NFL, NBA.
Guy's got a hell of a reach.
Last one. Would you rather lose your wallet and house/car keys, or lose your cell phone?
Cell phone.
I think so too. That wasn't where my instincts went, but now that I think about it, with everything backed up, it's much easier to replace a cell phone than it is to go to the DMV and get a new ID.
I am still stressing.
Order a new credit card.
Still stressing my last loss Really.
You want to
And
tell
it
the
comes
people
down
what
to
it
this.
is?
I lost one AirPod.
Oh.
One of them. And it has stressed me out to a degree since Saturday where I am disgusted with myself.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I'm really sorry.
I wonder what I could do. Is there anybody out there that would be willing to sell me one? Because I did go to the Apple store yesterday, and the line was around the building, and I just can't do that.
I don't think Apple's going to give you one.
Just
Apple's going to be like,
one?
you have to pay
You don't have
$300.
insurance? Does it have do AirPods have insurance?
I don't think I've got the warranty.
I
or
don't
the
know if it'd be
insurance on it.
worth insurance for AirPods.
I would lose those things like crazy.
I thought
am
I would
searching
too.
for one AirPod. If I can, if anybody wants to sign Coach O football, something out there, maybe we can
Okay,
negotiate.
just
Jordy
put it
at
out there.
1045ESPN.com. We can,
Oh my god!
If you got one,
If you got
I
an
just
extra
need one.
if you got an extra AirPod and you want to Coach O ball, you heard it here
I
first.
just need one, and I know that we probably can't negotiate with that on air. That's probably illegal somewhere, but just get in touch with me, and we will make something
Allegedly.
happen.
We'll just say allegedly, and I think legally all of our bases are covered. I'm a lawyer.
Jordy at 1045ESPN.com. I'm all over social media. Slide up in the DMs. Tell me if you get me one AirPod. We'll make something happen. Roman Harper, newest addition to the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame, next.
Off the Bench with Collada and T-Bob.
Daily brought to you by Donaldsonville Glass and Body, online dgbauto.com. 415 Division Street. It is wet and sloppy on the roads.
Yep, be
and
careful
if
out
you're in
there.
an accident, absolutely be careful. But if you need repair, collision repair, and the car can't be moved from the accident site, remember, one stop, Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They can handle that with a 24-hour towing. They'll use the Nick Frederick will move the tow truck, take the tow truck, move the accident, move the vehicle from the accident site to 415 Division Street. They will make the collision repair and get it back to you. All online, dgbauto.com.
dgbauto.com, donaldsonvilleGlassandBody.com. Go there today for all your car needs. Like Jordy said, pick you up, fix it, drop it off to you. That is convenience of the highest order, my friends, and it's representative of what the main priority of Donaldsonville Glass and Body is, and that is customer service. It's not trying to cheat you. It's not trying to maximize profit. It's making sure that you are satisfied because you'll be back. And I love them, and they keep my cars ticking. DonaldsonvilleGlassandBody.com.
Sports will be back.
But for now, we're all rooting for a different kind of hero.
Let's embody the best parts of sports.
Teamwork,
sacrifice,
resilience,
one goal, together.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day, it's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals.
But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
In and eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7.
With Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Shout out to our guy. Deserving of everything, man.
What a week.
Yes, it has been, and he deserves it all. We talked to Roman Harper. Actually, we talked to Fletcher Mackel yesterday about his former co-host about over at WDSU and some of just the experiences that he's had over the last week and really the last year. And we loved having him here as a steady during football season that offered great insight on both the NFL and college game. It looks like the SEC Nation's about to get his voice. They brought a beautiful baby boy, healthy baby boy, did the Harpers into the world earlier this week. And then yesterday, the New Orleans Saints announced that another member, two more members of the 2006 draft class, the first two selections of that draft class, and Jari Evans and our guy Roman Harper, will be inducted this season. Shout out to you, Harp. Congratulations, man. Good morning.
Oh, man, thanks, Jordy, man. It's been a great week. I'm just extremely happy, blessed. And this is just, it's not so much about me, but so many others that have poured into me and allowed me to be able to, get to where I'm at. Just, my family, my wife, and I can actually, my kids will all be there and I actually show them, hey, your dad was once a baller. See? It's not just on Google, baby.
Oh, yes.
Not just on Google.
Hell yes, kids. Two-time Pro Bowler for you, and the leading, he had the most interceptions, most sacks in his time with 17 during his days with the Saints. Roman, one thing about the week that surprised me, and I was telling T-Bob this, I thought for sure after that morning when you were telling us about the New Orleans Saints defense while your kid was vomiting and you were feeding him in carpool, that you were definitely not going to have any more kids. So congratulations to you and your wife for having another beautiful baby boy. So congratulations. Everybody's healthy, right?
Hey, man, everybody's healthy, man. And I will just say this, man. A crazy Alabama football weekend in Columbia, South Carolina, man. That's man, sometimes things get out of control,
But there's only one way it happens, Ro. No excuses. Hey. Ro, Sean Payton, we played a clip earlier. He was talking about how congrats, by the way, man. It's incredible. Everything. But he was talking about that 2006 draft class and what it means to him, right? Being the first class since he was coach, obviously the turnaround post-Katrina, the magical year that was in the years that followed, and now the golden age of Saints football that has been in the 15 years since. Do you ever reflect on that? Like what does it mean to you to be at the forefront of what has been the best era of Saints football ever?
It's very eye-opening. I remember when I got drafted, my college roommate, Charlie Pepper, laughed at me. He congratulated me first, but then he said, dude, you going to the Saints. They are terrible. You guys will never make the playoffs. He was, saying all these things, and I really hadn't thought about that. I was just happy at the moment, which he really crapped on all my joy at the second, but it was cool. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, man. And you just hopefully you get drafted, but which he did later on. But still, It was just, but now you look back and we started winning immediately. In all the trials and tribulations we went through at Millsaps and how bad that place was. But it really just set the standard for I could be able to get through anything else. And, I don't look at so much of all the accomplishments now of the Saints because that's what these guys are doing. And I don't want to take anything from them. But, man, I look back at how many of those guys in that draft class played 10 or more years. It was just amazing to see how we've all come together, how we didn't miss, really, like we came together in Millsaps through all the bad things. And, look, and when we got there, nobody knew who anybody was except Reggie. Mm-hmm. We all knew Reggie was a baller. Alabama was not Alabama now when I was there. I mean, I was pretty good, but, man, I was just happy to be there. I didn't even have the full confidence to know how good I could be. Mm-hmm. All right, Jari Evans, 4th-round pick, the next guy. He had these huge bifocal glasses on from a small school. I don't even know this guy. You know what I mean? Like, how could he be good? But Ja was the first one of us that starting. So he got it first. So now we're like, okay, Ja, so we're celebrating him. All right, Reggie's going to be Reggie. All right, Colston was 20 pounds overweight when he first showed up. He wasn't anything close to what he was. Wow. And all of a sudden, next year, Colston starts making his plays. And then, Street totally came out of nowhere. He played longer than anybody. So it's just crazy how all these things. Rob Ninkovich, I mean, he had to leave to actually hit the floor running. So it's just kind of crazy how it all worked out. We're all still very close. We all still joke with each other. We love one another. But I think that bond of that class, to me, is what I take away more than anything, is that those are really like my brothers. Like, their families are my families. How much our families all together as we travel through all those years of football, how our families love each other. Like, that is what I really take from that. Like, the relationships of all that, like, goes way, way more than any touchdown, any tackle, than anything we did.
When during the illustrious career, because you say on draft day that you had no idea on how good you could be, who was it and when was it that unlocked it, that you knew you could be great?
My DB coach's name was Tony Oden. He's actually down in Miami now. I was going into my 4th year. I started every game my first 2 careers. In my mind, I'm like, dude, I'm ready to get paid or something. Right. All right. And Mickey and them are like, no, we got to see more. We got to see this. We got to see that. And I just really started hitting the weight room a whole bunch. I just tried to really focus in, and I just had so much to prove. And I remember this like it was yesterday. We're about to start practice for OTAs or something that year. And Tony Oden was like, Roman, we just came from coaching the Pro Bowl, and Sean Taylor was there. I was like, oh, man, Sean Taylor's a beast. Like, he's a baller. He's the best. And he was like, Roman, you want to know the biggest difference between Sean Taylor and you? I was like, what is it? And he said, it's not talent. He said, literally, it's just the details. Like, he's like, I watch Sean Taylor every day work hard at practice and just put in the work. Like, can you imagine if you did that every day? Like, you didn't take anything off. Yeah. You didn't take anything for granted. Like, you were all the way focused. You were really, and like, you were ready to be the best that you could every day, every rep. How great you would be. He's like, you got everything else, dude. Like, you got it. And because of that, nobody ever told me that I could be that great. That was the first time anybody heard that. And it's almost like it just unlocked it for me, like, okay, it's a goal. So then from there, that's all I wanted to do. And next year I made a Pro Bowl, made another Pro Bowl. Yeah. All these other things started happening, and boom, boom, boom. It's just crazy how you can unlock the mind and how strong the mind is.
Talking to Roman Harper, Saints Hall of Famer, just had another son and joining the SEC Network, SEC Nation, going to be talking college football coming up this fall. Ro, you were so good on the Saints last year. Are you excited to talk some SEC? Are you and McElroy already texting each other about how much you love Alabama?
Ugh. So first of all, everybody, you don't have to question my love for my university.
We told Tom Hart that.
And second of all right, so I will not, because ESPN has not officially announced things. I'm trying not to.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I forgot. I was actually, Jordy told me not to ask. That's my bad.
It's okay. No, it's all right. I will not confirm or deny, but I do love talking about college football. I do love the fact that if I have the opportunity to see the SEC up close and in hand, I will love every minute of it. And I think the most important part for me that I'm really going to enjoy is that I will actually get to, like, see what these campuses look like.
Yeah.
I will actually get to, like, see what these fans are like. You know, I've been to a lot of these places, but I landed there, went from a plane, I went to a hotel, then I played a game, and then I flew out. Like, I've never actually been to any of these places. I would love to see College Station. I would love to see the Swamp down in Florida. I've been to Baton Rouge, so I know what that's like. What other places I would like to see in the SEC? I would love to actually see Knoxville and what Tennessee all it has. I've seen the stadium and how great it is. I would love to, like, actually witness it and, like, see the fans. I actually want to see Missouri, as terrible as that experience may seem. I want to see that too, just because it's new. I just don't know what to expect. So that's all I want to do. I just want to experience it all and just take it all in. I'm like a little kid in a candy store, and I'm just fired up, dude. I'm excited. You guys know I can't hold back my emotions, and I'm very open and honest. And I'm just going to put my best foot forward.
I can't wait, dude. The people are going to love you. Even the ones that are mad at you about Alabama are still going to love you. It's going to be awesome.
I mean, it's going to be exactly what happened to you here. You know, I mean, everybody couldn't wait to hear from you on Thursday when they hung up. Get him out of here! I hate the Roll Tide, bro. We are fired up for you. You deserve everything. Send the best to your wife and your healthy baby boy. Congratulations on all of it, bro. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And the best part is that you guys are ESPN, so we can all work together.
Oh, yeah. We Gucci, man.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, baby, I love it.
We'll see you, Ro.
All right, man. We'll tell all my LSU haters out there, Roll Tide.
Yeah, news coming.
Had to get it in. We'll close it out next.
Off the Bench with Kalata and T-Bob.
Brought to you daily here on
We opened up the
Bench.
playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens. Make that thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, We've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
And ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. The Home Depot can help you make those memories with special buys on the latest appliances. Get a Samsung top or front load laundry pair, just $628 each. Plus, up to an additional $600 in instant savings. And you can get your new appliances delivered free. So start summer here. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on purchases of $396 or more. Cash Dryer Extra, Continental U.S. only.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Hey-o! On Wednesdays, Hanging with Hester, presented by Richard Sonda. We've done it again, as Matthew Clayton Flynn comes back to make it a Hanging with Lester. Check us out from 1 to 3 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, good stuff from Roman Harper. Appreciate everybody interacting today on Wednesday's show. Remember, always brought back to you by Carriages of Baton Rouge. If you're watching on YouTube Live, tell a friend, come back tomorrow. Trying to grow the numbers there, trying to get to 9,000. We're thinking in studio of doing some type of promotion if we can get to some big numbers on YouTube. We're kicking around some
we
type
want to do a big 10K giveaway or promotion or something where maybe it's like a Cajun Cannon signed ball or something and some other prizes that we'll give away when we hit 10K.
So little semantics on the AirPod update. I did not give a right or a left, and here as we sit and talk about it, I don't even know, which is bad radio.
It's kind of critical
on my part. But we have we do have a listener out there that is interested in a possible prize pack that could.
Okay, now you're mentioning it. Now you're just selling. Now
I didn't know it was going to turn out like this.
Now you're just creating an entire business where you're just hoarding pods.
I didn't know it was going to turn out like this.
I mean,
I could come out making some pods.
By the end of this, you're going to have like a handful. They're just going to be pouring through your fingers.
Sammy pods for you?
Hey, dude, look, I'll take some backups.
Well, no.
I never mad at it.
Wrapping on the plan, bro.
I'm mad at it.
Pods for everybody.
Hook your boy up.
So as soon as the story goes down, we'll let you know how if and when we can come out with some new AirPods. But I mean, that was it is a very stressful, stressful piece of what would you? I guess it is a perk. You know, it's something that you don't have to have, but once you have it in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take it out.
It's hard to quit.
It is one of those things that you can't even imagine going back to a wired headset.
You know what makes
off of your cell phone,
feeding the baby and waking up with the baby and doing anything with the baby way easier. Being able to listen to something in my ear, walk around the neighborhood, I can talk easily. I mean, it's just
everything.
Yeah, but like you said, it's an all or nothing affair because it is also interconnected. If you lose the case, well, the pods suck. If you lose one pod, well then. I guess it's not the end of the world, but you're never going to get that full satisfaction anymore. It's, so congrats
going
for
on
finding
16 months here on the second pair, so it wasn't as if I was very proud, and I got so arrogant towards the end when people would ask me, like, have you lost it? No, man. You kidding me?
Yeah, I had mine for about a year and 4 months before I lost the pair and had to get new ones, which I was kind of like, I think that's an acceptable amount of time. Yeah. I mean,
16 months was a good run, but 16 months was the second pair.
And if you're going
that's the second loss, bro.
Yeah, that's fair. But if you're going on like whenever I want to make myself feel good about something, I try to look at it from a time to money ratio, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
was it worth your investment?
Yes. Like if I've used these things for thousands of minutes. Well, that's a great deal, right? If I'm going to pay $10 for a sandwich, I'm going to eat in like 5 minutes. Well, that's not the best time to investment ratio. So yeah, I'm a fan. I think they're worth it. If you have any good ideas, because that's what we do, is just try to make y'all come up with good ideas when we do them. If you have any good ideas, though, about what you'd like to see us do at 10K subscribers, maybe talking about a Jersey Shore day, show up with spray tans, spiked hair, gold chains.
Little GTL.
Yeah, little GTL. I'm kind of like Ronnie.
I would have to go hair piece on whatever character I was. I mean, I think it's been kind of decided I would be the situation.
TJ, well, I don't know. I get more DJ Pauly D vibes than the situation. Danny can be the situation.
No, Jordy is the situation.
You want Jordy to be the situation?
He is the situation.
So who is Danny then? Pauly D?
Yeah.
And then you're Snooki? And
Yeah.
I'm Ronnie. Yeah. All right. Okay, maybe that's what we do.
Do we have a JWoww here? Anybody? Is anybody a JWoww? Madison?
It's a legendary friendship, Snooki and JWoww.
Daily brought to
they
you by
spun that
All-Star
thing into multiple
Toyota, yes.
TV shows.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Remember, you can find them right there in the corner of Goodwood and Airlines Service Department, Sales Department, Collision Department. It is going to be a wet and rainy day out there. Be careful on the streets. If you need service on your vehicle, doesn't matter if you're a part of the All-Star family, you can whip in there to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com on the corner, or All-Star Toyota on the corner of Goodwood and Airline. 2005 when they've opened. Tommy Wagaspeck's over there in the service department. Aaron Piku in sales. Check them out. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Come back with us tomorrow. We got our Munchie segment in the 7 o'clock hour. We will hear from Chad Durbin in the 8 o'clock hour. And Greg Heyer, former LSU assistant basketball coach, newly hired at East Tennessee State yesterday, will be here at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Looking forward to that conversation with Greg Heyer on Off the Bench. Be safe out there. Wet and sloppy Wednesday.
Have a great day. Is
Off the Bench with Colada and T-Bob.
Go to SecureShreddingRecycling.com for all your document destruction needs. Jordy, there's a few reasons why I think people should go to Secure Shredding. First off, it's a services business. They get that they are there to serve you, and because of that, they're very convenient. However you need it done. There's drop-off points in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, coming in soon to Alexandria. Second off, the price point. You're not going to find a better value deal than Secure Shredding Recycling. Third off, they are local. These are LSU grads. They're growing incredibly quickly because they do things the right way. You need it. You love it. You need your document destroyed. Go to Secure Shredding.
Confidential and convenient destruction at the secure facility. They offer that over at Secure Shredding and Recycling. Remember, learn all about it online at SecureShreddingAndRecycling.com. Once you get in touch with them, mention the Off the Bench special. That's for your software. If you need that destroyed, they can handle that. Secure Shredding and Recycling.
The open road, the wind in your hair. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace.